Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Tanis and welcome to Connected to Nature. I'm going to be putting together a little bit of a different video tonight, and I'd like to talk about Planet X and preparation. I'm addressing the women out there mainly because I'm one and I'm alone and I'm prepping for myself, keeping others in mind as well. But these are fabulous tips as well for men, and especially if you have men and women, if your partners or whomever you're with are not on board with what is going on and you have family members, then you're the one that's going to have to get prepared for them. I'm not a fearmonger. I'm not here to scare anybody. I do Power of Now videos that helps you to stay present. And am I thinking of the future? A little bit, yes, of course, but I'm planning for the future. When am I planning for the future? Right now. I've got all my survival gear that I've gotten over this while, which is really nothing, spread out on my bed right now. I've got a backpack. I've got another suitcase backpack that I used to use for school that's on rollers, you know, all kinds of zippers and pockets and all that stuff. I've got my purse, and then I've got my car. So those are my 4 things that I'm going to count on, that I'm going to pack up, that I'm going to get ready to go, should we need to go. But let me say a little bit quickly about Planet X. In my opinion, again, folks, this is all in my opinion. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I've always said, anyone that's known me along the way, excuse me, please do your own research and don't look in just one place and see how it feels in your body, because your emotions will tell you a lot. If you believe what this person says, if you don't believe what this person says. So I've learned to read energy from people and feel the good, the bad, and the ugly, but listen to some and leave the rest. If it resonates as truth, whatever's being said from whomever's saying it, I will listen. But there's a whole lot of nonsense out there, so you really do have to be careful with what you listen to and who you pay attention to. But in my opinion, Planet X is real. Planet X is here. Planet X, Nemesis, Nibiru, Wormwood, Planet 9, Planet 10, Planet 11, ABC Planet, I don't know. They're calling it anything and everything to confuse people, to keep us guessing, to keep us wondering, so that they don't have to tell us the truth. But in my opinion, the system is coming. It's already here. There's many people out there that are actually getting pictures of these planets with cameras. I mean, right from all over the place, all over the different states, all around the world. And on many cams, the webcams of different sites that are showing these planets. Now, you can deny it all you want. That's cool. That's fine. We all know the government, military, whomever has all this, you know, high-tech and fabulous technology that's kept us 100 years behind. You know, they've got cloaking capabilities. They've got everything. We all know that. So I don't put anything past them. I 100% strongly, 100% believe that there's sun simulators up there. There's stellar cores around our sun that are sucking the energy out of it as we speak. They're creating huge coronal holes in our sun. These coronal holes then in turn are creating earthquakes, massive earthquakes, all over the place. I mean, maybe not massive earthquakes, but tons of them. We all know that. Volcanoes, earth disruption, storms that are worse than ever, storms in different areas, earthquakes in different areas. You know, I mean, as we've all heard, or I don't know if we have or not, again, there's a lot of prophecy behind all this stuff that's going on right now. So, you know, you take what feels good and you just leave the rest. But I believe that these things are here to stay, or coming through, and going to be going on their way. And I'm not here to be a fearmonger at all. I really do want you to do your own research on the subject, okay? Because there is so much out there. Again, just, and please, this is nothing to worry about. You know, again, I do the Power of Now. I don't worry. I just plan. And right now, I figured there's nothing out there about this for women mainly, but just in general to get people thinking about doing this, okay? I think the time has really kind of come. No more procrastinating. Just get this stuff done for yourself, for your family. And if nothing happens, woohoo! Hallelujah, nothing happens. But all the signs point to things are going to get worse before they get any better. We already live in an insane world. We all know that. But there's a lot of people that are waking up in many different ways. Waking up to the corrupt governments that have been around the world. That's the main thing. People are actually paying attention and waking up and saying, no, this isn't right. So that's going to have a domino effect. The world is changing in so many different ways, and all we can ever take care of is ourselves and in the present moment. So with that being said, again, I implore you to please go and do your own research on Planet X, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it. Decide for yourself. Okay? Just decide for yourself. So, with that being said, and all the evidence that they have out there, and everything that's going on around the world, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, the Georgia Guidestones, there's so much stuff out there that is either made to intimidate us or, I don't know, this whole depopulation thing, whatever. I'm not even going to get into that stuff. But we just never know what could happen at any given moment in this crazy world. Okay? So I'm going to get into a little bit of the prepping. And what I think you folks, hopefully folks and men, women, and the like, whatever, will be thinking about starting to do. The first 72 hours after any crisis or emergency are always the worst. Emergency crews are maxed and people don't really know what's going on. And especially, folks, if the internet goes out and the power goes out, no one's really going to have any communication. At that point in time, what do? Panic? Run out in the streets, screaming, yelling at everybody else? No. Draw no attention to yourself at all. Be prepared. The best case scenario for any of us at any point in time is to be able to stay where we are, correct? Yes. So, you have ample water. Start filling things, 2 liters, milk jugs, anything you have, start filling them with water, and yes, good old tap water. I've been drinking it this many years, and my blood tests are absolutely fine. I know they haven't tested you for metals or anything. I even spoke to a lady that did my blood last time. I told her about the chemtrails. And that's another thing. The chemtrails that they're using, come on. They're hiding the planets with those. We can believe all we want that it's for communication, that it's to protect us, that it's to keep the sun from, radiating and microwaving us, basically. I'm sorry. I don't think so. With all the research that I've done and all the investigating I've done on this subject, there's no good to come from these things. Absolutely no good. No good at all. I've done a video where I named some of the ingredients that are in here. Please do that investigation for yourself as well. There's nothing but poorly falling on us, our planet, our animals, our land, our water, trees, everything. They're slowly killing everything on this planet. We all know it. If you would just, pay attention. So we have to be prepared, okay? They're not going to tell us anything. It's just how it is. So you have to be thinking about the ones you love that aren't going to pay attention to you, okay? Especially if you have kids. I'm actually very thankful in this case in point that it's only me that I have to worry about. Now my son may be around, I'm not sure what's up, but eventually in an emergency, yes, I'm hoping he can make his way over here or what have you. But you never know. You just never know. So be prepared in many different senses. And do this in the now, while you're present, while you're clear-headed, while you're just simply thinking about what you need to survive in certain scenarios. Staying at home, best case, no power, no heat, no electricity, no running water, okay? Fill up your tub immediately, any tubs that you have, fill it up immediately. Truly, I believe it's, in 24, 48 hours, any of that water will either be gone or non-drinkable at that point in time. but you need things to flush the toilet, okay? If you're going to be there, come on, all right? So think about that right away. If the power goes out, start filling some bathtubs if you happen to fill. I myself have lots of cases of water. They're too heavy to actually carry in, which I don't. And this is how, not frugal, but I don't know, creative I am. I'm not rich. This is all extra stuff that I have to buy for me. I wouldn't be buying these things if I didn't think I would need them at some point in time in the future. But, I bring water bottles home from work. It's just my boss and I, and we're both, for whatever sake. I rinse them out and I add tap water to them, and I've got a whole cupboard full, 2 shelves, 5 deep, big box full. I've got bags full, and I've got more to fill that I have to find out where to put, and lots of, gallon jugs or whatever. Also, everything I possibly can that I bring home, the gallons I'll bring in now and then to drink, and then I'll empty them and fill them with tap water. I feel guilty leaving an empty plastic bottle on my counter that I don't refill. I don't know why. I'm just kind of in that mode that even if it's not all here for me, who knows in the future, if I'm, bugged out long ago, someone will eventually break in there and then they'll find that jackpot of water and maybe save their life, who knows. Or I figure I've got some to use for gardening, leave me alone. If you come into my window, I'm going to shoot you, but otherwise I'll throw you a few bottles of water. So I'm thinking every case scenario. I really am. The people around me for sure have no idea, not a clue in the world what's going on. So, perhaps depending on what it really is, be observant. Watch the police, watch trucks, watch any big movement in your city, in your areas before an actual emergency. The more aware of everything that's going on around you, of course, the better you're going to be. If you see, tanks pulling in and stuff like that, maybe it's time to think seriously about getting ready, get your plans made. If you're at work, something goes down, remember the blackout, good Lord. It took me almost 2 hours to get home from a place that would take me normally, half hour, 40 minutes. People were insane. Once I was home, it was all good. But people were insane, and that will happen. So think, case in point, if that happens, what do I have in my car? What if I break down? What if I run out of gas? What if I can't make it home? What if there's no communication? Think of all these worst case scenarios, plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? Figure out, go to your MDOT on your computer in your city, in your state, and find all the construction sites that are going on all the roads that you may not know of. Thinking, oh yeah, I'll take this area. Well, so is everybody else, but there's one lane open. You know what I mean? So do your homework now while you can think, while you can plan, but don't worry, okay? You're simply making plans. You're simply being smart. So we've got the stay put method, all right? So water is the main thing. I can't stress it enough. You can go, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, without food, but you need the water. We all know that. After 24 hours, 48 hours, not good. So be prepared with the water. I would stay in my place, whatever emergency is going on. Just try to be quiet, keep to yourself. Less people know that you're there, maybe the better. Don't let them know that you've been prepping, obviously. That's something you'd rather keep to yourself. I've just been bringing things in slowly over the last year. Here and there, just silly little things, but things that I know that I'm going to be able to take. Now, maybe I watch too much TV, I don't know, but The Walking Dead and everything, and all the, Bear Grylls and Survivor Man. I've seen every episode way back in the day, and I always wondered, why in the world are they showing us all these surviving shows? What's coming in the future? Why are they showing all this? With really excellent ideas and so many that have stuck with me. It's a whole worst case scenario, my friends, that we're trapped out in nature somewhere by ourselves and surviving. But you know what? I could do it. And I'm sure most of you out there could too. You just have to use your common sense. A few items certainly help. So I'm going to go over some of the scenarios that, obviously could go on. Martial law is a bad thing. If they start doing martial law, I would suggest, depending on what their circumstances are, if we can still move around during the day, great and fine. If we have to be in our homes at night, okay, fine. But if it seems like it's going to get worst case again, if there's no communication, we don't know. Perhaps in that situation, if you have the opportunity during the day or what have you, I would get to my next location if you have one. You know, just do it. Because sooner or later they're going to knock on your doors for your weapons and your protection, and then what? FEMA camps? Really? No, not for me. I'd rather be in the forest with my 4 cats than anywhere close to a FEMA camp. And I'd rather be by myself too then. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a realist here. Enough of that. Okay, so let's go back on track here. Stay put long term. You're going to have food. Think of what you like, think of what is easy, think of what you can make. You're not going to have heat, running water, electricity. You're going to have supplies. Hopefully your home will be equipped for things like that. You know, you have to think of wipes and disposable foods, you know, packets of tuna and stuff like that. Those packets that they have now, that stuff's actually pretty good. Get those. Get like canned oysters. I love smoked oysters, but whatever. They have sardines. They have, remember, now that I'm even saying that, I don't know what made me think of that, but your pets. For God's sakes, prepare for your pets. I know how much food and stuff my cats go through in a couple weeks, you know. Hopefully 3 days would be the tops for any emergency, but, you know, we never know what's coming. The poor people in Hawaii, they've had to leave their homes. You know, where are they now? What are they doing? Who knows? Maybe they're all provided for, but if you had your own stuff, your own bug-out stuff, you'd be a little bit more comfortable. That's my whole point here. Through this hell, I want you to be prepared. I want you to live well. You don't have to be rich to live well, okay? But be smart and be practical. Long term, you have to think of food, you have to think of toiletries, you have to think of water, of course, making fire, all that stuff. If you have a way of getting wood stored up, if you have a way of, I don't know, whatever, just think. Charcoal, keep some of that on hand. Any items that you could use to help benefit yourself for cooking. Maybe extra propane tanks. If you're into that, why not? Why not? If the power goes out, I don't know. In my opinion, I think it might be out for a while. But again, that's just my opinion. So, I don't know. Alright, the next thing is, you're here for only a few days, like I said. It seems like martial law is going to be called. We're all going to be trapped in our homes, or else gradually taken to FEMA camps. I would leave. I would get in my car. I'm going to have individual boxes for my cats that I'll put them in, and I'll put them in the car. It's not going to be a fun time, but I will get my bags. I will have time. I will not make it look like I'm in any emergency. There's no reason I can't carry out a couple bags, and I would try to do it either in the earliest hours, if we're allowed out at daylight and you have to be in by dark or something like that. I would do it in the earliest hours when people are asleep, or the absolute latest hours that you can do it. You know what I mean? You have to be able to travel without them noticing. You know, you couldn't travel until people were allowed. But get in your car, have everything ready to go, and go. So as soon as you're allowed out, which is horrible to even say, it could be coming though, guys, okay? Then you go to your next place where it's safe, and you're out of town before S really does hit the fan and you can't get out of town because of the highways and anyway, cars breaking down. Just really picture all the scenarios. So, think of things like that at all times. Shelter, water, food. If you have kids, it's going to be a whole lot different. Just start thinking. Start making a few lists. When you're doing this, you sit down and you do this, you do your planning. When you've done your planning, you leave it. Don't think about it, don't dwell on it, don't worry about it. Until the next time you sit down and you plan. Okay? That's the power of the now. You do things in the now, and you leave it there. And then the next thing you think of, okay? So if you have to leave, you're going to have, and that's another thing, you get packed up with everything, your car, of course, and one in our purse. Right now, there's things that you can do and have that would be perfect to keep in your purse. These are some ideas that you can have in there no matter what, no matter when, like right now. Gather them around your house. Small pocket knife, multi-tool if you have it, lighter, Kleenex, chapstick also helps to start fires. I even have some of these made up with cotton balls in a baggie and an old thing of chapstick. Petroleum jelly can also be used. Wipe the cotton balls with that, keep them in a plastic bag. It's a great fire starter, okay? Let's see, one quart Ziploc bag, black Sharpie, small bottle, hand sanitizer. Keep all these things in your purse. A wallet, of course, with emergency cash, IDs, etc. Keys, small flashlight on it. I even have one that has a compass and temperature gauge. I just got it. It's really cool. Okay, so then those are the things you can have in your purse right now. I've got most of that right now myself. There's other items that you can take that will really help in any sort of emergency. Again, I'm just saying, these are things that you won't think of then, but you can think of now, okay? Go to any of these sites, look them out. I'm going to try to put some in this video that you can go and visit and watch some videos, get some ideas, make some plans now when you can. Print out directions, print out your MDOTs. Even if your family won't help, give something to your husband or give something to your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever the case may be, and just say, all right, just put up with me and just keep this in your wallet. Should anything go down, will you please just read it? And then have some directions for them to find you if you're both at work or you're separated in any way, where their children would be, etc. If you have all these things to worry about, you got a whole lot more to worry about than I do. My daughter and they're not on board at all. If it does go down, I'm kind of hoping that she would do that same thing, seek me out. I'm going to stay as long as I can until I leave. So you have to really think of many different scenarios that we're going to run into, okay? That could happen at any given time. So just remember, in your backpacks, I've got two. Again, another scenario, what you can take, when you can take it, and how much you can take. Water, number one, no matter what you're carrying and where you're carrying, get water somehow. So I have my rolly backpack, I have my backpack for my back, and inside my backpack for my back, I have a smaller backpack that's just on those strings, you know what I mean? It's a easier, lighter one, but it will still carry, quite a bit of stuff. I have that rolled up in there in case I need to leave the other backpack that's too heavy at that point in time and move on with the smaller one. Things like this happen. You just have to be prepared and thinking a step ahead at all times. So I have in each of these items, pretty much duplicate items. So if one gets lost or I can't use it or someone takes it, I've got kind of the same sort of things in the other thing. Think of what you need to make yourself happy to get through another day as best you can in whatever circumstances we lie in that are coming and that you're going to be facing, okay? I need my coffee and my cream in the morning. I've got my little metal cup that, you see Bear Grylls carry all the time. It's one thing you use, and I wholeheartedly believe that. If you can have something warm by a fire that you've created, you're golden, okay? You're golden. You can think, you're protected with a fire, you've got something warm to drink. It's always comforting. So I think of that. I need my coffee. I need tea, something warm. So I'm always going to have my cup, my metal cup with me that can be warmed on fires anywhere at any time. I also have a little portable Brita filter that I'm going to bring, but there's also many ways that you can filter water if need be. These are all things that you can get into, I can get into later. There's so many ways to purify water for drinking, but right now all I can stress more is just start storing it. Please just start storing water. Get rain barrels, get whatever the heck you can. Don't go crazy. Don't go insane and, fill your backyard with water barrels or something like that. No, just start getting things. Okay? Do not procrastinate anymore. Think of meditations, pets, routes, children's needs, entertainment, You need to keep your sanity. If you lose your sanity, you lose. You have to stay present. You have to stay in the now, where trouble won't get in. Your thoughts won't take you rambling on this crazy course. You're in the now, and you're just going to continue to stay there and face whatever you're facing at that moment, and the next moment, and the next moment. So of course, think of the kids. Think of everything you can do that you could possibly have ready to grab at any given moment. And you can know if there's any, recently, I mean, the sinkholes opening up around people's homes. You're out of there. You gotta leave. Lava's coming to your house. Fire's coming to your house. You've gotta leave. There's no choice. Are you gonna remember everything in the spur of that craziness? No. Do it while you can think. I've got a little medical kit. It's in a watertight bag. I've got some of these home and sober emergency blankets that I think are really awesome. I bought an axe with a hatchet with a parachute cord around the handle, and it also has a flint fire starter with it, a lighter thing. I've got, here's another really good thing that you can do. I saw this just recently. I have these cans of Sterno. Everybody knows what Sterno is, that little fuel you put underneath, buffet items to keep them hot. Well, dig this. I was going to try it, and maybe you can all try it. Maybe you have these things around your home. 6-inch pot, clay pot, with the bottom of clay pot. Then you put the burning stuff, the Sterno, inside the clay pot. You light it. Meanwhile, you cut a piece of screening, some sort of grating that will let the fire through, and you bend it over the top of the clay pot, obviously, so it fits down kind of snug. Okay? Now, in their case scenario, they were roasting marshmallows. But if this one's a cup of coffee or water for me, I'm golden. I could use it in my house all the time. I am going to try it, and I'm going to try it soon, and I'll let you know what the results were, how long, and if it took to boil the water. And, that could be a really, really great thing. You can always put the lid back on it. It's portable. You can take it with you. Just be smart when you're storing it. But, maybe keep some duct tape and just keep it really sealed when you're traveling. But what a great idea. What a safe idea. You can always have something warm in a little tiny thing that people aren't going to really see a fire because it's, all inside the clay pot. Anyway, sorry, that was just a really good idea I had to share. So, tissues, toilet paper, of course, toilet paper, have it everywhere. Car, backpacks, home, of course, much toilet paper. And a good idea if you have to pack it up, take the cardboard out of it, squish it down, make it flatter. It's still going to work fine. It's just easier to pack. You can stack more. You can even use one of those sucker up things and make it really skinny. You know what I mean? Have your packs of needed things for all your family members. Toothpaste, all the sanitary items that they would need, okay, to keep you happy, to keep them happy, safe, and healthy. Get them their own bags if you can. Go to the dollar store. All this is really available at the dollar store. Hand sanitizer, things like that, okay? Just keep thinking. I've got a little solar panel light that I can carry around. It's kind of a little lantern thing. It can hang, it can be on the ground, whatever. That's going to be great. I've got a big tarp kind of thing that actually folds down quite small. That's kind of heavy duty and can be used for shelter, of course. It can be laid, on the ground in protection. I've got bungee cords that I think will really help. Should I need them? Again, with the parachute cord. I got an umbrella, extra ponchos, compasses, like I said. I've got seeds, even, a number of different kinds of seeds. Just the beginning of trying to be prepared and have some things. I don't know if it's going to be long-term, short-term, whatever, but I'm just kind of planning for every turn, which is all we can do. I know I'm rambling a lot, guys, but I hope you're following me. So get your items ready, get your backpacks out, get them packed. I'm glad I actually did this because I have everything in front of me. And I'm going to pack it up. I'm sorry I tried to do this with my phone, but my camera ran out. So I'm going to try to get some pictures or something of all this stuff and show you. Otherwise, I'm just going to put some sites up here and show you that there's so many things to look at. But look, get some ideas of how to make purified water. They have even tablets that you can use. Alright? Most importantly, take care of yourself first, because you can take care of nobody else if you're not trying. Even the strongest man with, whatever, a blister can put you to the ground. We all know that's so. So please, just be aware, be careful, take care of yourself, and pay attention to anything that's going wrong, because you have to take care of it right away. It's not normal circumstances anymore. Alright, what else? I also have these really cool pens from work, giving to clients or whatever. And the pen actually wears out, but on the other side of it is a really cool little LED light that comes on. I'm sure you guys have seen them. I've got so many of them that I've used and run out at work. I keep them all for the lights. I've got them in the car, my purse, my backpacks. If I had children, I'd give one to each of the children, because it's a great way they can, put it right on their shirt or something like that, and they won't lose it. Also, another good idea for children, glow sticks. Keep those around. They're kind of cheap, but if they're, with you, you can always have a little bit of protection, and you can find them, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so here's 13 items that you may not think of. I just saw this on a list that I thought was rather a good idea. Okay, one thing that I just jotted down from seeing somewhere, pantyhose, which I know are kind of obsolete nowadays, but you can wear pantyhose, of course, for another layer to keep you warm, but I guess they help with blisters and even water filtration. So if somebody has that, you can always cut some of the pantyhose off and put it around the blisters and help them have protection, or whatever. You get the gist of it. So, light sticks, like I was just saying, wool socks and sweaters. People have died because of, exposure. Again, we have no idea what, when, where, how. So, it wouldn't hurt to have some wool socks and sweaters. Needle and thread, of course. Things can rip and go with holes, Roll of quarters. Why not? You never know. And pre-1965, they're 90% silver, so maybe you've got some trading value, but most of those are taken, I'm sure. Anyway, roll of quarters in case there's payphones or what have you. I haven't seen one of those in years, but pencils, because pens will freeze, so pencils are a good idea. Small pocket knife to keep it sharp, if need be. Super glue, really good idea. Seals up cuts, which could be a godsend. Also, women, 2-fold for tampons. 3-fold, actually. They can be used to put into open wound. Good for starting fires and for our things that we need them for. Parachute cord is also recommended. Waterproof wrist watch, which is a great idea. Safety pins. Dental floss, also good for tying things, together. Let's see what else we got going. These are some really good items that you can just always be thinking of. In addition, rain ponchos, duct tape, hand and foot warmers, rope, knife, battery, of course, work gloves, batteries, umbrella, waterproof matches, whistle, small portable water filter, small mirror for signaling, small shovel, heavy-duty trash bags, cover the ground, also whatever you need them for. You might want to think of like Benadryl, thermometer, sunblock, medical gloves, face masks, tweezers, first aid kit, of course. First aid reference pamphlet would be really helpful, I'm sure. Once again, some sort of a super glue or whatever. Additional meds for each person should they need them. Start thinking about all of this stuff now, so that you can just be prepared in the time that anything should happen or go down. Okay? Think of food that you can bring, the trail mix, the granola bars, the jerkies, stuff like that. Dried fruits. Keep all this stuff in all these different areas, in your purse, in your backpacks, in your car. You just never know what's going to go down at what time and what you can grab and carry at that time. That's all I'm saying. Give yourself some options. As far as protection goes, now I had to go out of my comfort zone and I did purchase protection. Ironically, I think it was the universe's way of saying do this, Tanis, because I got this credit card all of a sudden that was extra. I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to do this, and I did. So I purchased a 9mm, and I learned how to shoot, and believe you me, it's totally out of my comfort zone. But, again, I'm by myself, I feel safer. And I really hope I don't have to use it. I do know that I need to get more ammo, especially if I have to stay long term here by myself. I know I'll need more. But I don't, again, I don't want to think about that, but I'm thinking of it now. Then I will let this go, and I'll just be prepared as I am right now. But you can get some spray, some of that pepper spray, keep it in your purse and in different areas. Have a strong, I don't know, my boss at work has this metal dowel thing that we're not even sure where they came from, but it's perfect size. It's about 1 foot long, it's about 1/4 inch of just thick, heavy, smooth steel, metal, whatever the heck it is. It's hard as a rock. I don't know. Good weapon in a minute. Who knows? Just think. Think of ways you can protect yourself as well as others, okay? And then let it go. I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to stress. Alright, am I done with everything? I think I've got this fabulous book that my son had. I think my brother gave it to him. It's actually the U.S. Air Force Survival Training book, Search and Rescue. And I tell ya, looking through this, the ideas that it gives you are just amazing. Of course, so much that I saw in Bear Grylls, but amazing ideas. And maybe we could go through that together. And I could show you some of the ideas that they have for filtering water, for digging for water. Again, let's just hope worst case scenario that we're not caught out in nature by ourselves, or even with a group. But maybe we will be. The more skills you have, the more knowledge you have to survive, really, I would think that you'd be safer kind of on your own or with the core group that you trust. I guess it's never the best on your own, which is what I have to face. So I'm pretty sure my son will be around, but then again, I can't count on it. I have to count on what any circumstances I'm given, how I'm going to get through it. How am I going to get back to what I need? Can I survive with what I have in my purse? For how long? Can I survive with what I have in my car and my purse? For how long? I didn't get to my backpack. What do I need still? You know what I mean? All those scenarios. Just be thinking. Write down a list when you're thinking of it, and then again, let it go. Okay? As I'm going to let you folks do now. I hope I haven't been rambling. I've just been really trying to help here. There's so many wonderful things that you can do. Don't get on here and go insane watching all sorts of things. Just start thinking. Think of what you would need to get through your day without power, electricity, or anything else. See, I'm actually pretty lucky growing up the way I did. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, because it kind of gives you a little background of where I came from and what I'm about, I guess. I don't know. Obviously born in Canada, moved over here when I was quite young. My father was a doctor. I grew up in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, in a beautiful, huge 24-room mansion. I wanted for nothing. I was one girl with 3 brothers, and my parents were very old school. So, girls did girl things, but not all the time. No, it wasn't really like that, I guess, but I definitely was, a tomboy. I had to be. It's the only one I had to ever play with, so it was always some sort of sports or doing something. So that's all good. I don't mind that. But my point being, okay, so I had this life when I was younger, and then every summer we'd get to go up to this cottage up in Canada that were my grandparents. They purchased it back in 1920, and literally, 100% literally, it's a log cabin. No running water, no electricity, no toilets, nothing like that, never, So from the time I was young, I would be used to using an outhouse. I would be used to toting water and bringing it in. We had springs of fresh water that you can go and fill things with, and that was the most amazing water ever. But I just want to tell you that I've had the best of both worlds, because I know how to rough it 100%, and I've also had it, best life when I was younger. Now, with all that being said, I've also written a book that will never be published, by the way, but it's called From Riches to Rags to Reality because that's basically how my life went. Again, we've all had our issues, we've all had our problems, and I'm just telling you the absolute truth. So, I'm perfectly happy with how I am now. I've never been actually happier in my life or healthier. So this is all a good thing. But, again, maybe I'm all being prepared for something that's coming down. Who knows? I just know that I'm following what my thoughts are telling me. The thoughts that I only choose to listen to, by the way. And I'm using my common sense when it comes to all of this stuff. Don't panic. Don't get people riled. Just do what you have to do. Go about your life and your business. And just quietly get things prepared. As much as you can and as quickly as you can. Just so you have your own peace of mind. Okay? I don't want to be a fearmonger, as I've said. Hopefully a lot of you know me out there. And I'm just trying to tell the truth, be straight out, and help somebody. Really, that's all I'm trying to do out here is help you guys. I care about all of you. We live in an insane world. Sometimes it is a little overwhelming. But you know what? You just gotta stay strong. You just gotta stay strong. Every day, it's all good. Right here, right now, it's all good. It really is. So if I'm gonna get this done and get it posted so you guys can hear me rambling for 40 some minutes now, for heaven's sakes, Janice, I will close this out and just say get prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, be smart, be kind, be present, and don't take life too serious. It is what it is. It is what it is. Just stay present, and as I said right now, right here, it's all good. I got a beautiful, smelly, nice candle going on. Watching a little bit of old X-Files. Got some cats around me. This is what you have to do. That's how you stay present. You look around, and you appreciate what you have right now in front of you. That's power to now. Alright. I'll be quiet now. Please leave a comment. Please give me a thumbs up. Please sub me if you haven't. I just care about folks. So, alright. Later.